The Vampire Hunter by Colton Dennis. Vampires are a myth, but are they really? A cult resigns. In the tunnels of Chicago, Illinois, where Judius Adams wants to bring hell to all above, it's up to Colton Dennis to stop him. A car horn honks. "Hey, come on," said driver number one. The honking continues. Footsteps are walking. Woman number one appears carrying bags, then walks down an alley. The honking in distance fades. Man number one appears, then watches woman number one. Woman number one stops, turns around, sees nothing, then continues walking down the alley. A shadow moves on the wall. Woman number one stops. "Hello? Is someone there?" Woman number one walks towards a door, then opens her purse. Keys jingling. A hand grabs woman number one's shoulder. Man number one appears. "Let go of me," said woman number one. Man number one smiles. "Calm down, ma'am. I saw you walking and you seemed scared. There's nothing to be afraid of. Here, allow me." Man number one, grabbing the keys, then puts it into the lock. "No worries, ma'am," said number one. A bottle rolls down the alley. Woman number one sees another shadow. "Hurry, someone's coming," said woman number one, turning around. Man number one hisses. "Sorry, I broke your key," said number one, showing the broken key. Woman number one runs down the alley. Man number one chases woman number one. Woman number one continues running, looks back, stops, then turns around. Man number one hisses again, pushes woman number one onto the ground, then pins her. "Get off of me," said woman number one. "Oh, not having fun? Let's change that," said number one, ripping woman number one's shirt. Woman number one reaches for her purse, kicks number one in his testicles, grabs, then opens it. Pepper spray goes into number one's eyes. Man number one screams in pain. "That's what you get, freak," said woman number one. Man number one laughing, then looks at woman number one. "The pain only lasts about 10 seconds, said number one, hissing. Woman number one runs. Man number one chases. Woman number one. Woman number one runs into Judius Adams. "Help me, please. A man's after me," said woman number one. Man number one approaches, sees Judius, then stops. Judius wages his finger at number one. Man number one hisses at Judius, then walks away. "He won't bother you again," said Judius. "Thank you. I thought I was gonna die." "What the hell was that?" asked woman number one. "A vampire." Woman number one walks in front of Judius. "Just like me," said Judius. Woman number one turns around. Judius grabs woman number one by her throat, then bites her neck. Woman number one groaning, then goes limp. Judius throws woman number one onto the ground, then wipes his mouth. Man number one approaches. "Nice job, boss," said number one. "Let's head back. The sun will be rising soon," said Judius. On the other side of town, a van appears parked. Both Alexander Libby and Amanda Shisius appear. Alexander looks at his watch. "Where the hell is he?" asked Alexander. "He'll be here. Let's just wait a little longer," said Amanda. "If we wait any longer, they'll close. And he needs to get in there before that," said Alexander. Rumbling in the distance, a motorcycle approaches. "There he is," said Amanda. The motorcycle stops, then turns off. The motorcycle helmet gets taken off. Colton Dennis appears. "Hey guys," said Colton. "Don't, and quat." "Hey guys and quat, us. Do you know what time it is?" asked Alexander. Colton looks at his watch. 6:15, said Colton. That place is about to close, said Alexander. Take a chill pill, Alex. Amanda, my weapons please. Amanda hands a shotgun. The shotgun cocks. There's liquid garlic in the bullets, asked Colton. Yes. Once it hits them, they'll melt from the inside out, said Alexander. All right, said Colton. Colton. Here, these knives will help, said Amanda. How will they help? Asked Colton. I dip the blades into holy water, said Amanda. Colton grabs the knives. You're sure about going alone? Asked Alexander. I'll be fine, said Colton. The door opens. Colton walks inside, then downstairs. Music playing in the distance, then gets louder. Colton walks through the drapes. People appear dancing. Woman number 2 taps Colton. What's a dish like you doing here, alone? Asked woman number 2. Just looking for someone to murder, said Colton. I like you. Let's dance, said woman number 2, pulling Colton close. Both Colton and woman number 2 start dancing. You got moves, babe, said Colton. So do you. Woman number 2 sliding down Colton's body. Do you like my body? Asked woman number 2. It's unbelievable, said Colton, spinning. Woman number 2. Both Colton and woman number 2 look at each other. A slow song starts playing. Both Colton and woman number 2 start dancing slowly. Woman number 2 puts her head onto Colton's shoulder. Her eyes turn black. Then tries biting his neck. A knife goes into woman number 2's chest. Woman number 2 gasps, then starts melting. You bastard! And quat, hybrid, and quat, yelled woman number 2, falling. People staring at Colton. Bring it on, you suckers, said Colton. People hissing, then start jumping at Colton. The shotgun fires. People falling, then melting. Colton places our device. Runs, then presses the button. The van appears. The wall of the building explodes. Jesus, said Alexander. The sun shines into the building. People catching on fire, then burn. Colton looks around. Footsteps approaching. Colton, you all right? Asked Amanda. Yeah, the blades worked great. You need to make more and quat, LGBs, and quat, said Colton. LGBs? Asked Alexander. Liquid garlic bullets, said Colton. Hey Colton, have you ever seen this symbol? Asked Amanda, pointing to the wall. A symbol appears on the wall. No, that's AJ or J, said Colton. Alexander looks at burnt bodies, then sees the symbol on the back of the necklace. Whoever this guy is, he may be the leader of a cult, said Alexander. They all have them. Let's take a picture of the symbol and grab one of their necklaces. Maybe the team could figure this out, said Colton. Amanda takes a picture of the symbol on the wall. Alexander grabs the necklace. Glass smashes in the distance. We're the only ones here, said Alexander. Colton points the shotgun, slowly, walks into the back room, then looks around. See anything? Asked Amanda. No, nothing's in here. Let's get out of here, said Colton, walking out of the back room. Alicia Ma appears on the ceiling. Water dripping and flowing. Footsteps are walking. Boss, why are we in the sewer? Asked Ma number 1. We need to hide for now, so no one can find us. Once people find out that vampires exist, they'll do one of two things. Either experiment on us or kill us. I don't want to be some lab rat, said Judias. Boss, your name is Judias. What's mine? I don't remember my first life, asked number 1. Check out your pockets, said Judias. Ma number 1 puts his hands into his pockets, pulls out a wallet, then looks at the driver's license. Nimajneb. That's an odd name, said number 1. Judius grabs the driver's license. It's upside down. Your name is Benjamin Mitkowski, said Judius. Benjamin Mitkowski. I like that name. Judius walks ahead. Benjamin looks back, then sees a figure. Boss, said Benjamin, pointing. Judius walks back, then sees the figure. Both Benjamin and Judius walk towards the figure. Hello, said Judius, touching the figure. The figure falls. Number 3 appears with a bite mark banging in the distance. Both Benjamin and Judius follow the banging sound, then get to an open space. A light turns on. Who goes there? Asked Bill Borowski, appearing. Judius Adams and Benjamin Mitkowski, said Judius. The lights turn off. I'm Bill Borowski. These are my family members. Brandon Schenk, Brad Kondo, Bruce Dennis, Cassandra Carinante, Catherine Gleam, Charles Brooks, Christopher Canier, Christopher Holt and Courtney Avarts, said Bill. Family, you have different last names, said Judius. Well, we're part of a club, said Bill, showing his neck. Both Benjamin and Judius see the bite mark. You're a vampire, said Judius. Bingo. And I'm guessing you two are too. Because usually people are afraid, said Bill. Judius's eyes turn black. You guessed correctly, said Judius. Where are you heading? Asked Bill. For now, here. I need to get to my family. But the sun's out, said Judius. Well, you can crash here, said Bill. Footsteps approaching. Bill, we have trouble. I was at a club checking it out when it was destroyed by some kind of vampire hunter. I barely escaped. I found the closest manhole and ran here as quickly as possible, said Alicia. Where was the club? Asked Judius. On the corner of Maple Avenue and Lenox Street, said Alicia. Does that mean something to you? Asked Bill, looking at Judius. That's where I was heading. Any survivors? Asked Judius. No, like I said. And quat. I barely escaped. And quat, said Alicia. Judius looks down. I'm sorry to hear that, but it looks like you can stay here, said Bill. Thank you. What was the hunter's name? Asked Judius. There were 3 of them. Alex was one. Amanda was the female. And Colton was the one who killed them, said Alicia. Colton, Bruce, didn't you have a brother named Colton? Asked Bill. Yeah, he thinks I'm dead, said Bruce. Well, we could use that to our advantage, said Bill. Do you know where I can find him? Asked Judius. You're not going after him, said Bill. Try and stop me, said Judius. I know how you feel. I lost family too, said Bill. What do you suggest? Asked Judius. I've got a plan, said Bill. What? Said Judius. A little cat and mouse, said Bill, smiling. A gate opens. The motorcycle and the van are driving through the gate. The gate shuts. Beth Battle appears. Get on. I'll give you a ride up, said Colton. Beth gets onto the motorcycle. The motorcycle drives into the garage, then turns off. Thanks for the ride, said Beth. Where are the others? Asked Colton. Boots is at the gun range. And your aunt is in the lab, said Beth. All right, Alex and Amanda head to the lab. Find out everything you know about that symbol. How are we on supplies? Asked Colton. We are almost out. Only got a few leftovers, said Beth. I'll head to the store later. What about security? Are the fences all right? Said Colton. From a distance, yes, but we may have to reinforce it. A safety precaution, said Beth. The cameras? Asked Colton. All are functioning well. We'll be able to see anything. And I do mean anything, said Beth. Good. That'll be all, Beth, said Beth. All right, said Beth, walking away. Footsteps are walking. The gun range door opens. Booties Regunald appears. Hey Colton, what's up? Asked Booties. We need to talk alone, said Colton. The laboratory door opens. Bonnie Moscow appears. Hello. Alex, Amanda. What do we got today? Asked Bonnie. We need to know about this, said Alexander, showing the necklace. Looks like a necklace with JA on it, said Bonnie. A sucker was wearing it. So, we're more than a dozen, said Alexander. Suckers, huh, said Bonnie. And they had it drawn on their walls, said Amanda, showing the pictures. Well, we may be dealing with a cult, said Bonnie. How long will it take to get information about this? Asked Amanda. Depends on who this and quat, JA and quat, person is. But for me, maybe a half hour, said Bonnie. Take your time, said Alexander. Both Alexander and Amanda walk away. Bonnie types onto the keyboard. Who are you, and quat, Mr. J. And quat? Asked Bonnie, clicking on the mouse. Footsteps are walking. Hey, told your aunt to find out any information about J, said Alexander. Thanks, Alex. You guys stay here. I'm heading for supplies. Start working on those LGBs and those holy blades. I'll be back. Oh, Boots is on lookout. I already told him, said Colton. The motorcycle rumbles. The gate opens. The motorcycle drives through the gate. The gate closes. Both Alexander and Amanda walk away. Bill appears by the gate. This is gonna be fun, said Bill, smiling. You're sure this is gonna work? Asked Judias. And quat, not work, and quat. My plans always work. You need to relax, said Bill. Brad cuts the fence with a pair of hedge clippers. All 7 crawl through the fence. Booty's looking through a scope, then sees the hole in the fence. Hey Beth. Walkie-talkie static. Beth, are you there? Asked Booties. Beth here, said Beth. Did you see anything on screen 5? Asked Booties. No, why? Asked Beth. There's a hole in the fence, said Booties. I'll check it out, said Beth. All right, be careful, said Booties. Alicia appears behind Booties, covers his mouth, then jams a needle into his neck. Nighty-night, said Alicia. Beth appears, walking towards the hole in the fence, then sees a piece of it on the ground. What they? Boots, come in. Boots, are you there? Shit. Gee, said Beth. A twig snaps. Beth turns around, then gets hit with a gas tank. That's gonna leave a nasty welt, said Christopher H., running away. Alexander appears, pouring liquid. Amanda appears, ducking knives into holy water. Knock on the door. Alexander walks towards the door, then opens it. The door goes into Alexander's face. Alexander falls over the table. Amanda turns around. Both Cassandra and Christopher K. appear. Amanda pulls out the knives, then throws them. Both Cassandra and Christopher K. move. Alexander groans. Christopher K. grabs Alexander, then throws him across the room. Now that's distance, said Christopher K., jumping at Alexander. The knives are continuously being thrown. Cassandra continuously moving fast. The knives stop being thrown. Where's she go? Asked Amanda. Cassandra appears behind Amanda. Amanda swings a knife. Cassandra ducks. Alexander punches Christopher K. Christopher K. falls over the table, then stands up. Alexander pushes the table up against Christopher K. Christopher K. groans, then punches Alexander. Alexander falls onto the floor, sees a gun, grabs it, cocks, then points it at Christopher K. Put the gun down, said Cassandra, holding a knife to Amanda's throat. Alexander lowers the gun. You guys must be the cult, said Alexander. I never saw us like that, but yes. Are those the two? Asked Bill. Yeah, said Alicia. Typing on the keyboard continues. The mouse continuously clicking. Yeah. Bonnie sees an article. And quote, bodies discovered in London, England. All had bite marks on their necks. And their blood was drained. People say vampires are to blame. One survivor lived. His name is Judius Adams. And quote, Bonnie clicks onto the picture. Judius Adams, said Bonnie. I was so young. Bonnie gets startled. Hello, Mrs. Mosca. Or can I call you Bonnie? Asked Judius. How'd you get in here? Asked Bonnie. The fence, said Judius. You better leave or my friends will come, said Bonnie. Footsteps are approaching. Kneel, said Bill. Both Alexander and Amanda are kneeling on the floor. Bonnie, Colton killed my family at the club. And so did these two. That's why I brought them. Bonnie, I'm a nice guy. But if someone fucks with my family, they're gonna die. I need you to deliver a message to him. Can you do that? Bonnie nods her head. Tell him to meet me and my family at the construction site on Elwood Grove. And you too. Do you have a family? I assume not, since you're here. So, said Judius, biting Alexander's neck. Bill stabs Amanda. Amanda gasps. The motorcycle pulls into a parking lot, then turns off. Colton walks towards a store. A figure moves past. Colton starts grabbing items. Employees appear stocking the shelves down in aisle. Colton walks towards the front, grabs a few Slim Jims, then hears his name being called in his head. What the? Said Colton, looking around. The figures are moving down the aisles. Colton hides at the end of the aisle, then peeks out. May I help you? Asked manager number 1. Colton looks down the aisle, then sees Bruce at the end of it. Bruce. Bruce hisses. Colton pulls out the shotgun. Duck, said Colton, firing the shotgun. Bruce moves. Colton runs, then points the shotgun again. The shotgun fires again. The shelves are breaking. Charles appears on the ceiling, then jumps onto Colton. Come on. Stop struggling. Join the party, said Charles. I don't think so, said Colton. Firing the shotgun. Charles falls off of Colton, then starts melting. Colton walking, then ducks. An axe goes into the shelf. Stop fighting this. It's going to happen, said Catherine. Not even when hell freezes over, said Colton. Catherine swings the axe. Colton blocks the axe with the shotgun. Sees Courtney running towards him. Hits Catherine, then fires it. Courtney falls onto the floor, then starts melting. Colton closes his eyes, then gets punched. Always be on the lookout, said Brandon. Colton kicks Brandon, stands up, then punches him. Brandon goes into the store wall. Colton pushes a shelf onto Brandon. Brandon moves, then his arm gets stuck. Like you said, and quat. Always be on there. Lookout, and quat. Catherine continuously swings the axe. Colton continuously moving. Is that all you got? Asked Colton. Stay goddamn still, said Catherine. Brandon grabs Colton. Do it, said Brandon. Catherine swings the axe. Colton punches Brandon, then ducks. The axe cuts Brandon's arm off. The Shotgun cocks. Both Brandon and Catherine look. I really hate you suckers, said Colton. Catherine hisses. The shotgun fires twice. Both Brandon and Catherine start melting. Both Benjamin and Bruce look at Colton. Shit, said Benjamin. Colton chases both Benjamin and Bruce. Both Benjamin and Bruce run out of the store. Colton runs outside of the store, points the shotgun around, then looks through the window. Manager number 1 grabs the receiver of the telephone. The shotgun cocks. Put the phone down and cut the wire. All your cell phones on the floor, now. Cell phones being thrown into a pile. The shotgun fires. The pile of cell phones explode. You didn't see me, said Colton. But that did, said customer number 1. Nope. I'm a hybrid. It only sees the gun, said Colton. The motorcycle starts, then drives away. The building appears. The motorcycle stops, then turns off. Colton sees the hole in the fence, then Beth laying on the ground. Beth groans. Colton, said Beth. Are you all right? What happened? Asked Colton. Someone hit me. I don't know who, said Beth. Stay here. I'll check it out, said Colton, running towards the building. The front door gets kicked open. Colton points the shotgun, walks into the laboratory, then sees Amanda's body. Amanda gets rolled over. Colton sees her throat cut, coughing in the distance. Colton walks, then sees Alexander. Colton, get away, said Alexander, holding his neck. What happened, Alex? Asked Colton. A group of suckers. It was in ambush, said Alexander. Where's Boots and my aunt? Asked Colton. They took your aunt. I don't know about Boots or Beth, said Alexander, groaning. I need to give you an injection, said Colton. No, I don't want it, said Alexander. You could live, said Colton. It's my time, Colton. Let me go, said Alexander. All right, said Colton. Oh, meet them at the construction site, said Alexander. You were a good friend, Alex, said Colton, pointing the shotgun. Alexander closes his eyes. The shotgun fires. Footsteps approaching. Colton, are you all right? Asked Beth. I'm fine. Let's find Boots. Hopefully he's still alive, said Colton. Footsteps are walking. The roof door opens. Booties appears laying on the roof. Boots, Boots. Wake up, Boots. Groans. What happened? Asked Colton. All three appear in the lab. Colton draws blood from Booties' arm, then puts it into the machine. Well, find out what they put inside you. I'll be back, said Colton. Where are you going? Asked Beth. The Constitution Yard, said Colton. Not alone, said Beth. I'll go with you, said Booties, standing up, then his legs give out. You can't go, you can barely stand. That chemical could still be inside you, said Colton. I'll go, said Beth. No, you have a concussion. And I need someone to keep an eye on him, said Colton, walking away. Colton, don't get yourself killed, said Colton. I can't promise that. Beth looks at Colton. I'll be fine, said Colton. A construction site appears. You think he'll come? Asked Bill. If he wants her alive, then yes, said Julius. Footsteps are approaching. Bill, we got some bad news, said Bruce. What now? And where are the others? Asked Bill. Dead. He killed them, said Bruce. Bill looks at Bonnie, walks towards her, then goes to bite her neck. Julius grabs Bill. Calm down, I know what you're going through. But we must keep a clear head. We kill him, then you can kill her, said Judias. Fine, said Bill. Thank you, said Bonnie. I didn't do it for you. Because I had to use everything in my power to stop him. By the end of tonight, you'll either be one of us or dead, said Judias. Cassandra sniffs the air. I smell the hunter, said Cassandra. Get into position. When you see him, attack, said Judias. Here he comes, said Bill. The motorcycle is approaching. Judias nods his head. Both Alicia and Brad untie the ropes. A pile of crates fall onto the motorcycle. No, said Bonnie. Check it out. Find the body, said Bill. Both Benjamin and Christopher H. approach the carnage. Alicia looks down at the carnage. Something's wrong, said Alicia. What do you mean? Asked Christopher K. I've got a bad feeling. Get away from, said Alicia. Christopher H. lifts the motorcycle helmet. Both Benjamin and Christopher H. explode. A trap. It was a trap, said Judias. Let's play a game of hide and seek, said Colton over the intercom. Spread out, find and kill him, said Bill. No, that's what he wants, said Judias. We ain't doing it your way anymore, said Bill. Footsteps are running. Cassandra sees a figure moving. I've got him. Cassandra up jumping over the bulldozer, then looks around. Where'd he go? Asked Cassandra, continuing looking around, then sees Colton's trench coat. The trench coat gets moved. Cassandra sees Colton, hisses, then punches the mirror. The mirror breaks. Cassandra turns around. Colton jams a knife into Cassandra's chest. Cassandra gasps. Colton pulls the knife out. Cassandra starts melting. Brad walking around. Cassie, where are you? Cassandra. Brad turns the corner, then sees Cassandra's skeleton. Shit, asked Brad. Both Bruce and Christopher K. are walking. Colton talking in the distance. Christopher K. points. Both Bruce and Christopher K. are slowly walking. Get to a building, then see a recorder. What the hell, said Christopher K. Bruce looks, then taps Christopher K. Colton pointing the shotgun. Both Bruce and Christopher K. step towards Colton. Don't move or I'll shoot you, said Colton. You wouldn't shoot your own brothers. I know you, said Bruce. My brothers died a long time ago, said Colton. Brad jumps onto Colton, then hisses. Colton knocks Brad off of himself, then stands up. All three surround Colton. Your move, said Christopher K. Colton pulls out a knife. Brad goes to kick Colton. Colton moves. Bruce goes to punch Colton. Colton grabs Bruce's fist, then punches him. Christopher K. tackles Colton. Colton groans. Christopher K. goes to step onto Colton's head. Colton moves. Christopher K. hisses. Colton sees a stack of pipes behind Christopher K., then throws the knife. Christopher K. ducks, then laughs. The pile of pipes falls onto Christopher K. Brad punches Colton. Colton falls onto the ground. Come on, is that all you got? Asked Brad. Colton kicks Brad's face. Stands, then punches him. A cinder block breaks over Colton's head. Colton falls onto the ground. Again. Try getting up from that, said Bruce, grabbing Colton's leg, then starts dragging him. Colton's finger twitches. Bruce stops, looks at Colton, then kneels next to him. Hey, don't get too close, said Brad. Bruce looks at Brad, then gasps. A knife appears in Bruce's chest. I told you that you were dead. Goodbye, brother, said Colton. Bruce starts melting. You bastard, said Brad, jumping at Colton. Colton looks, grabs the shotgun, then fires it. Brad falls onto the ground. Colton approaches, then points the shotgun. You're not melting, said Colton. Because I'm a hybrid, like you? Bill is recruiting more of us, said Brad. Hybrids and suckers, said Colton. Side by side. There will be a new world, said Brad, gasping last breath. Colton cocks the shotgun. Walks then. Grabs the knife. Alicia watching from the walkway. Colton looks up, then sees nothing. It's time to finish this, said Colton. Something's wrong, said Bill. I told you not to send your people, said Julius. Shut up. Footsteps approaching. Alicia, where are the others? Asked Bill. Dead. All of them, said Alicia. Damn it. I want you to, said Bill. The shotgun fires. Alicia gasps, then starts melting. Colton cocks the shotgun. Colton, said Bonnie. Let her go, said Colton. Like hell, said Bill. You're afraid of me. I can tell by your tone, said Colton. I'm not afraid of you. I'm getting pissed that you're not dead, said Julius. You killed my friends, said Colton. You killed my family, said Julius. Colton points the shotgun. Julius moves the shotgun, then punches Colton. The shotgun gets thrown. Julius grabs Colton by his throat, then throws him. Colton lands onto the ground. No, said Bonnie. Shut up, bitch, said Bill, punching Bonnie. Bonnie sees a knife. Colton laying next to the bulldozer. Glass appears in Colton's arm. Blood appears running down Colton's arm. Julius smiles, drags Colton, then steps onto his back. Let's see you save your aunt now, said Julius, nodding his head to Bill. Bill's eyes turn black, turns towards Bonnie, then hisses. Get away from me, said Bonnie. Bill grabs Bonnie's hair. Give me some, said Bill, leaning towards Bonnie's neck. Bonnie jams the knife into Bill's chest. Bill gasps, then falls onto the walkway. Julius looks up at Bill. Colton jams the knife into Julius's foot, then into the ground. Julius groans and then tries pulling the knife out. This won't stop me, said Julius. I know it won't, but if it stays there for another minute, then something else will stop you, said Colton. What do you mean? Asked Julius. The sun peers over the mountain. Julius looks up at the sun. Sun shines onto both Bill and Julius. Both Bill and Julius catch on fire. The scream. Bonnie approaches Colton. Colton, hang on. Stay with me, said Bonnie. Colton's vision goes blurry, then opens his eyes. Hey, welcome back, said Booties. Colton's arm appears wrapped. How are you feeling? Asked Beth. Great, said Colton. The suckers? Asked Booties. Dead. Those are anyway, said Colton. What do you mean? Asked Beth. Hybrids and suckers are working together now. This ain't over yet. It's only the beginning, said Colton. The end.